Good morning for day 7, which is our final day aboard the Disney Fantasy, and it is our 3rd day at sea. And so because it is our last sea day, there are Mickey churro waffles. Now we're not eating breakfast this morning because we've got Palo Brunch, but you have to get the Mickey churro waffles. So I'm going to head up to Cabanas now and grab some, and we're going to save them for later to have with some ice cream, which was actually recommended to do by our head server last night. And one thing I forgot to mention yesterday was that our little green slip was waiting for us in our room. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you essentially get a little green slip of paper, and on the back a little perforated bits that you rip off, and if you've pre-paid your gratuities, it will just say how much you've paid and what's going to each server, and then if not, it's going to say how much you're going to be charged. And you get these little envelopes to put that little green slip in, and you can also top it up with some extra dollars if you wish. If you wish to add extra dollars via card, you can head down to guest services and they'll print you off a new green slip with the new amount added on. And these are the famous churro Mickey waffles. So we had these on our last cruise, and we also had them in Crystal Palace in Magic Kingdom, and they are very yummy but very, very sweet. So I'll be looking forward to having these later with a little bit of ice cream, and I also picked up a very small pastry each for me and Aaron before we have our Palo Brunch at 10 o'clock. So we have just spent the last 45 minutes blast packing, so our bags are pretty much packed now. I've just popped them there by the window because they're a bit too full to get under the beds, so that means that sort of we can chill for the rest of the day. I have just borrowed one of Aaron's Star Wars t-shirts because there's a lightsaber photo thing, so we're going to do that. I've quickly done my makeup, not for this photo but for Paolo, because then it meant I could put it away in the bag. So yeah, that's all done. So we're going to do the lightsaber photos, come back, get changed for Paolo, have Palo Brunch, come back. I'm going to take my heels off because I'm done wearing heels on this trip, chuck them in the front of the case, there's a little space left for them, and then go about the rest of our final sea day. So we grabbed our Star Wars photos. They were a little delayed starting, so we're in a little bit of a rush now, but I've popped on this blue floral dress which I got from TK Maxx, and I've worn quite a few times recently and I love it. It's really soft and light and flowy, and I've popped on a little necklace and just clipped my hair back, and I'll be taking my trusty little handbag as well with us. But yeah, we're just going to finish getting ready and we'll see you up there. So this is Palo Brunch. The pastries were delicious and the bread was really, really good too, and we both had a Bellini to start as well. So we got the meat antipasti plate to share, and it had bresaola, which is my absolute favourite. Aaron then got the eggs benedict, which he said was the best he'd ever had. We got the spicy Italian sausage flatbread to share, and then Aaron got the mushroom ravioli, and I got the parmesan crusted chicken, which has risotto underneath and was absolutely incredible. For dessert, I got the panna cotta, which was delicious, and then Aaron got this lemon type cake. I can't quite remember what it was called, but I know he enjoyed it. So we have just come back to our room from Palo Brunch, and we have our luggage tags, and we are orange goofy, so you need to pop these on your luggage, and if you want your luggage to be waiting for you, don't want to do express walk off, you have to put these out of your stateroom door by 10 p.m. on the night before Disembarkation, and then you will be called off the ship based on what is on your tag. So we've got 3 here, and we actually only have 2 bags, so we tend to keep the spare one on us just so we remember what one we were. And then when you get off the ship, you will go, so say for us, to the orange goofy zone, and that is where our luggage will be waiting for us. So I really, really loved Palo Brunch. The ship is quite rocky today, so I didn't eat too much because I didn't want to feel sick, but everything we had was delicious. Given the fact that it's only $50 and you can order as much as you want, I would highly, highly, highly recommend doing it if you can get the reservation, because it is honestly incredible, and it's something I now want to try and do every single cruise. So I'm now going to take my heels off, because walking around on heels when the ship is this rocky is not fun. We also popped down to the shop, and Aaron brought himself a new lightweight rain jacket, but the floor down there, because it's tile, I was literally slip and sliding around. It was not fun. So I'm gonna put my comfy trainers back on and then see what's going on around the ship. I wasn't expecting us to have been done with brunch so soon, it's only just about to turn 12. So that's a nice little surprise because I wasn't expecting that we were going to be done. So yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Daisy Duck's meeting at 4 p.m. and that is a must because we haven't met her this cruise because she seems to have barely been out. I'm not sure if we just have happened to miss her every time, but that's it. That's the last time she's out, is today at 4 p.m. and it's the first time she's out today. And she wasn't out at all yesterday either. So that is a must. There is towel folding at 2 p.m. and I'm looking at Aaron because I haven't said about that. I know that's when the F1 is on. So if the signal's not great, I maybe might leave. I'm looking at him as I say this and go and do towel folding. But we're going to try and catch the F1 in O'Gill's pub. But they're also doing 1:30, so the F1's 1 till 3. They're also doing 3D Star Wars crafts in O'Gill's at the same time at 1:30. So I'm going to be having a great time. But yeah, I'm not sure if there is anything else I want to get in the shops. I have a little bit more money left and I'm just umming and ahhing if I get any more characters for the make your own headband. So I might have to go have one last little look. I was looking for a bracelet, but I don't tend to wear much silver jewellery. I mostly wear like gold and gold plated jewellery. And the bracelet that I wanted, they only had in silver. So I'm going to see if it's back in stock on the Disney store, and if not, I'm just going to wait and find the perfect one another time. What trivia are we doing, Aaron?
Star Trek. Star Wars.
Star Wars. It means it's all up to you.
Don't know much about that.
So we did shockingly bad at the Star Wars advanced trivia. We got 6 out of 20. I then tried the sidekick trivia by myself and I got 12 out of 20. A couple of them were just like grammar things on like you had to get the exact words right, and I'm not best at my grammar. So I would have got maybe like 15 out of 20. But it went to like a crazy tiebreaker because 4 people got 20 out of 20, which was mental because some of the questions were quite hard. But we are now sat doing towel folding.
Alright, so I just want to make sure that you have the 2 towels with you, yeah? One big and one small. Yeah? Are you excited? Yeah. Okay, I see that. I see the energy. Woo! Alright. So this time we're gonna make an animal which you've never seen before. You see the movie, yes? It's one of the kind. It's have a big body with a long neck. Any clue? We've never seen before. No, it's a dinosaur. Oh, we're gonna make a dinosaur this time, okay? So, are you good? Ready? But this one.
But we're glad with us here with you. Have a great day, and we'll see you.
What have you made?
So we did our towel animal folding, which was really fun, and we then popped into the shop after meeting Goofy in his mountain gear, which is his European outfit. Although I thought he had 2, so I'm a little bit confused. But we met him in his mountain gear outfit, and we are now in D Lounge for, you guessed it, more trivia. I'm like determined to win one, and I know it's never going to happen, but it doesn't stop me. No. So this is Beauty and the Beast trivia, and we got here early, and I was like doing a little test of my own knowledge on the back to try and spur me on. So we'll see how it goes. I think the best we've done was like 12, 13 out of 20.
15, I think so.
Oh, 15 out of 20. So even if we beat that, it's better than we were doing before. So we shall see. So after trivia, we popped down to meet Daisy in her princess outfit. We were definitely told earlier today that people were going to be out in their cruise gear, and they're not. So I'm a little bit confused. And other people are too, so it's not like we were the only ones that were told that. But we're now going to see if the general Disney trivia level 1 is packed in La Piazza. So we might do that. If not, if it is, we are just going to go get in the queue to meet Donald, because he was in like a fun like party clown outfit, which I'm also confused about because that's also definitely not what was said that he was going to be in earlier. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with outfits today. Everyone seems a little confused. But let's go see how busy La Piazza is, and if not, we'll meet out. Who knows?
Is number 19. In which fictional city does Big Hero 6 take place? A. San Francisco. B. Corona. C. New York.
It is our final time in the Walt Disney Theatre now. What is it tonight, Aaron?
Believe.
You love this one, don't you?
Yeah.
There's an appearance from
Spoilers.
one of his favourite characters. So yeah, we got here very early, before the doors even opened, to queue up and get a good seat. We like being right at the top of the balcony at the very back middle, especially just because Aaron's quite tall. Then we know he's not blocking anyone, and I can keep my mini ears on, so it's a win-win for us. So Believe was actually amazing, and we are now finishing up our midship detective quickly before we go for dinner. So Aaron is already beginning it now behind me as I'm speaking about our breath, because we just run up and down all the stairs to get here to do this.
Something in that freezer. If we only had a blowtorch. We do have a blowtorch. What are the odds?
How dare you vandalize the great American art of ice sculpting? Oh.
What am I looking for? What are we doing?
Clues? Missing pieces?
Probably something down there.
Mickey ice cream bars? That's like a prop.
A fish.
Oh, hey! You found Gertrude, my boomerang fish!
So we completed Midship Detective. It is really, really fun. I know it's aimed at kids, but it is really fun. And the Muppets one is quite tricky compared to the other two. So if you're just a couple of adults or an adult by yourself doing it, I would highly recommend that one. And if you want to walk around and see a bit of the ship, it is a great way to do that. So I would highly recommend, and we've spaced it out across our sea days so it doesn't have to just be like a one-day activity. We've just put back to the room to drop a few bits back before dinner, and just to have like a bit of a moment where it's like, I can't believe we're getting off the ship. Like, this has been the best cruise. Like, I really loved our first one, don't get me wrong, but it was 3 nights in half term. So the 3 night sailings, if you don't know, like the 3-4 night sailings from the UK are always packed. There's always a full ship. It's half term, so it's full of kids. Like, obviously you'd expect, it's Disney. But yeah, the 3-4 night sailings are definitely a completely different vibe to a 7 night sailing. For one, you've only got the 3 or 4 nights, so you are just trying to cram everything in. Like, the shows feel a lot more condensed in. You feel like you've only just got your bearing on the ship. If you've got sea days, you probably only have 1 or maybe 2, and then your port days take up time, whereas we've had 3 days at sea and 3 port days. So, and then embarkation day, which is like, I class it as a half and half day. So loads of time both on the ship and off the ship, and you just get to see people. Like, you just sort of chat to some guests that you see time and time again. It just happens, and photographers and crew. So yeah, I would highly recommend, if you can stretch out and do a 7 night sailing. I don't regret doing a 3 night for our first one, just to see if we liked it and see if cruises were for us, because I know some people struggle. But I'd highly recommend like a 5 night or more, because you definitely get so much more out of it, and it's so much more enjoyable and just a much better pace. And I feel a lot more relaxed this holiday compared to our 3 night sailing. But yeah, it's also just quite bittersweet because I don't know when our next Disney holiday is booked. So when we ended Walt Disney World, we knew we had the cruise coming up. When we ended our last cruise, we knew we had Walt Disney World coming up. So for the last like 2 years pretty much, we've always had a trip booked, or knowing we were about to book a trip and that it would all be okay, and we know when we're going to get to see the magic again. But having just moved into our house and planning a wedding, we don't really know when that'll be. We're hoping we're going to go to Disneyland Paris when Frozen opens, but nothing's booked, nothing's confirmed. We've booked a placeholder because we're planning to do maybe Alaska cruise on the Wonder for our honeymoon, but again, those cruises aren't open, that's not booked. We haven't fully set our budget yet, so we don't know. But we might just keep an eye on the guaranteed rates for the Dream for next year. So if you don't know, when sailings aren't like fully booked, Disney do guaranteed rates, where you sort of pay for a guaranteed like class of a room. So they do like different room types, and sometimes you'll get a better room than that. You won't get worse, but you might get better, or it'll just be the class type that you get, but you don't get to pick where it is. So like we booked our room, so 6070 on the Fantasy, and it doesn't have like a connecting stateroom door or anything, it's just a room. Whereas you could then end up all the way at the aft or all the way forward, so we're like perfect midship right by the stairs. It's been great for us. So yeah, that comes at a slight negative. Obviously you still could get the perfect location for you, you don't know, and it might be a good way to test out a different way, like a different place on the ship. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye out on those and see if there's one that maybe we want to do and that we could afford the budget for. But yeah, the next year or two is going to be a little bit expensive for us, so we don't know when we're going to get to enjoy the magic again. Oh yeah, and we met Chip and Dale, so I think Chip and Dale are going to have been our last proper character meets, which I do love those two chipmunks, so I'm not sad about it. And they had like little chef hats on, which was really cute and fun. But yeah, we now need to head down to dinner. We've got 6 minutes, and we are down in Enchanted Garden tonight for our last dinner. And for your last dinner, it will be where you go for your sit down breakfast in the morning, unless you're doing the express walk off, which is where you don't put your luggage out. Now we've already put our luggage out earlier this evening, because we weren't sure if we were going to be coming back to the room or not, and it just takes that stress away. We were packed, it might as well go out, and it helps them out if it's out earlier, I feel. So that was all already done. So yeah, so tomorrow morning, because we're late dinner, we're the late seating for breakfast tomorrow, so we're 8:15. Last time when we were early seating, I think our breakfast was like 6:45. Yeah, Aaron's nodding, it was like 6:45. So that just depends, and then you wait for that colour tag that I mentioned earlier in the vlog to be called, and then you can get off the ship. So I'm hoping we'll have a little bit of time to go take a final picture, and I have a TikTok that I'd like to finish filming, so hopefully I get time to do that, fingers crossed. But yeah, and we get an extra hour of sleep tonight, so we're going to hopefully stay up and see the See You Real Soon party. I do struggle to stay up to those because they are at like 10 o'clock at night, and I don't stay up that late. I like my bed. But yeah, Aaron's getting impatient, he's at the door, we need to go for dinner. Bye! So for bread service today we have fig and date ciabatta rolls, and then also some different crispy rolls, and there is a mint yogurt dip.
I've ordered the shrimp jambalaya.
I have gone for the Enchanted Garden platter, which looks a little similar to what we had this morning in Palo Brunch, and I'm not complaining because it's yummy. So I've gone for the turkey with stuffing, some roast veg and some mashed potato, and Aaron has gone for the steak. Aaron has gone for the white chocolate bread pudding, and I have got the tiramisu.
A very good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the lobby atrium, the heart of the Disney Fantasy. My name's Sophia, your assistant cruise director, and I'm here to ask you, did you have an amazing cruise? Well, I am so glad to hear that. Now, as you do know, our time together is coming to a close. However, I do have some very special friends who'd love to come and say hello one final time. What do you think? Would you like to see them? Oh, I'm not quite sure I heard you. Would you like to see them? Well, everyone, we're going to start by welcoming back Miss Daisy Duck. And of course, the #1 duck on the high seas, it's Donald Duck. Everyone, go nuts, 'cause it's Chip and Dale. And of course, last but never least, your captains of the Disney Fantasy, Captain Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
A final time going in the door for bed. I'm so sad. And our final tail animal of the trip is the penguin. I love the penguin. We had the penguin last year and I fucking love it. I'm so happy. And Ryan pulled through 5 chocolates. My man. He's not. This is my man. Although, who knows, after our towel folding class earlier, maybe I'll start making towel animals at home. We shall see. But that is the end of our last full day aboard the Disney Fantasy. I will end the vlog tomorrow morning, so I'm not going to say all my usual spiel now, but I hope you enjoyed our final sea day. It's felt a little chaotic and also like I've vlogged loads all at the same time, so who knows. I think I've been very chatty today after not feeling very well the last 2 days, but we had a great time. I missed the See You Real Soon party last year because I wasn't feeling the best and there are a few bits I just wanted to sort out. There's a theme of me getting sick on holidays. I think it's because I actually give my body a chance to relax and then it sort of freaks out. So I think I'm better at just not relaxing, maybe. So yeah, the See You Real Soon party was really good, really fun. Love seeing all the characters, love seeing all the different bits of the trip that they capture on film, and just seeing like little moments that maybe you even miss because there's so much going on you don't see everything. So I would highly recommend catching that, although it is a little late for little ones, I will say, but maybe take some clips and show them later. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow morning, and I won't be this cheery. I'm not even this cheery now, I'm actually quite emotional, for debarkation, debarking. I don't know which one's the real word. Let me know in the comments if you know, because I would love to know. See you in the morning. And just like that, it's morning. We're ready. Our bags, I don't know if you can see, are packed. We didn't even have space for Mickey, so I've just got to carry Mickey. I'm very sad. I've basically cried the whole time I'm getting ready, and I know people are going to think I'm dramatic, but I don't care. For me, there's nothing like more magical and amazing than being in the Disney bubble. So it's gonna be hard going back to work, but we are going straight back to work. We have obviously today off, and we've also got tomorrow off because we're going to go see Hercules. So there is a little something to look forward to. The time is now just about 7:10, and they've announced that people can start getting off the ship who are doing early disembarkation. Our breakfast isn't until 8:15, so we're going to head up and see if we can get some like final funnel pictures and stuff before we have to get off. So yeah, a very sad morning, but we'll take you with us to the funnel and to breakfast, and then it'll be our time to get off the Fantasy for the last time. Bye, room. And there it is, our last look at the famous Mickey funnels, looking over Southampton. So this is the menu on the final morning. It's pretty much always the same, and it's a limited menu because obviously they want you to get off the ship. And for our final breakfast, we both went for the scrambled egg, ham and hash brown. And just like that, we finished our breakfast in Enchanted Garden, got off the ship in the car, and we're now home. We've actually been home a little while. We've unpacked, put some washing on, popped to the shops, grabbed some food, and yeah, that's it. That's the end of our trip. I hope you've enjoyed all of the videos so far. I know they got a bit weird in the middle when I wasn't very well. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I was unwell. Thanks for sticking around, and a big thanks to Aaron for taking over the camera for me and filming. I know he's not very confident talking to the camera, so there would have been some voiceovers from me instead, but I really appreciate him getting the footage so that we could still show you the ports and what was going on. But stick around, this vlog isn't over yet. I'm going to show you everything that we bought both on the ship and in the ports, and also all the different little freebie bits that we came home with too, so stick around for that. It's now haul time. I'm sat on our bed ready to show you everything that we bought back. So I'm going to start with stuff that was free, and I'm going to start with stuff that like everyone can basically get, and then talk about a few other bits that you get for being different castaway status and stuff, and then move on to the stuff we bought on the ship and then stuff we bought off the ship. I'm also really excited to be filming in our room because I haven't filmed a video in our bedroom since we've moved, and we have our bed set up, and yeah, I'm just really excited about that, but that's not the point of this video. So let's get into it. So one of the first things everyone gets on the ship is your key to the world card, and it will come in an envelope exactly like this one, just with your stateroom number and your assembly drill point on it, and this will be waiting on the little hook outside your door when your staterooms are ready. And inside you get your little key to the world card. So mine has my name on it, which I'm hiding, and then it has details of your cruise, and there's also a little Captain Mickey on there as well. So this is what you use for everything. Now we also use our Magic Band Plus. I like having the option to have both because sometimes when I had different photos taken, like on formal night, I didn't want to be wearing my Magic Band, so I did still use my key to the world card. So everyone gets one of these. I think the colour changes once you get to gold, and it is like a gold colour. We're currently silver and it's blue, so I can let you know when I reach gold, or someone in the comments may let us know instead. So that is something that everyone gets. Whether it's your first cruise, your 100th cruise, you get a key to the world card, and you'll be asked to present it at different points to like pay for stuff. When you have photos taken, to get in your room, to leave the ship, you basically need it for everything, but you can also use your Magic Band if it's connected to your account. Some other free things that sort of are available to everyone. In the drawer in your stateroom, there are some free postcards that you can bring home, and I like these because we just like to add them to our scrapbook, and also sometimes I'll write memories on the back before adding them to our scrapbook, just so we've got those. I also brought this back just to show you because we didn't do room service this time, but there is also like this little hanger, and that's how you order your breakfast room service. Other times you just bring the phone, but I thought this would be fun for our scrapbook. And there is also a little letter writing set, so you get little envelopes and little paper, which is all Disney Cruise Line branded, as well as, it's gone missing, as well as the little Disney Cruise Line pen. I love a Disney pen, just got to keep it. But all the rest of this will be for our scrapbook. We love doing our scrapbook. Aaron's already asking like, when can we do it? So we need to order all the photos, and we haven't even caught up from Disney World. So there's going to be lots and lots of scrapbooking to happen. Something else that everyone will get when it's time to disembark the ship is your luggage tag to leave. Now, the character and colour will differ depending on who you get, but we were Orange Goofy this time, and last time I believe we were like Silver Daisy. So it's fun to have someone different. So we had one each of these on our suitcases that they took away for us, and we're waiting in the terminal, but we got free, so we just have this one as a spare, again, for the scrapbook. We also had Pirate Night on our sailing, so everyone gets a free Pirate Night bandana, which looks like this, and it's got little Captain Mickeys and Minnies on it, and it's really fun to see how everyone styles theirs for Pirate Night. I actually just tied mine to my bag this time because I had a very full-on pirate themed outfit, but everyone gets one of these in your room on Pirate Night. There's also lots of different free activities to do when we're on board, so we did a little make your own door hanger activity. I think we were actually waiting for a trivia when I did this. I didn't optionally go to this one, to be fair, but I made us this little door hanger, and these were like the bits of paper that we used to cut it out. So since I already cut things off them, I decided I'd bring them home, and then we could also use these for our scrapbook rather than just going to waste on the ship. I thought we could make use of these. And one of the other activities we did was the towel folding activity, and they send you home with a little sheet to remind you how you can make them. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to use this for reference, although now I'm thinking we should have picked up two. But it's fine, I can always make a photocopy. And as we dined at Animator's Palette more than once, we had the animation night, so we get to bring home our little animations that we drew. And that is Aaron's one, so these are really fun. They're quite big, so I'm probably going to have to fold them up to put them in the scrapbook. But that's alright, we don't mind, we're still keeping the memories. And then there were just a few other things that I've shoved in this wallet, like different coasters, napkins, like all of our trivia questions, ticket stubs from excursions that we did, and just shove them all in here. I'd highly recommend, if you're someone who likes to collect bits, always take a plastic wallet, because it's great just to have one place that you can chuck all of this stuff. And I think this is the final thing that everyone sort of gets for free, which is the little chocolates that you get left on your bed with your tower animal. Now, if you've watched the earlier vlogs, you'll know I mentioned that I absolutely enjoyed the chocolates and we love taking them home. And we mentioned it to Ryan, and he left us quite a lot extra the last couple of nights. So we have lots and lots of these to be enjoying, and I have already had one since we've been home, I'm not gonna lie. One thing that was a nice touch, which I'm gonna mention, was we got a magnet from our server. Sheldon gave me this because I hadn't been very well and missed a few desserts. And I think they were just feeling quite sorry for me, because they could obviously tell it wasn't me. I just wasn't how I'd been the first couple of nights, and nor how I'd been for the last night or so of the cruise. So he gave me a little magnet from his home, and I have a really fun idea now that maybe we could get magnets from where we live and take them for next time, to give the crew a little thank you. So yeah, Sheldon, thanks for this, because we'll always remember you, but you've also given us a really fun idea. And now, as this was our second sailing, we are now silver castaway status. So we both got a silver lanyard with a little Captain Mickey here and a place here to put your key to the world card. So you'll see me wearing this in quite a few vlogs and quite a few photos. And we also got the tote bags. We got one of these to share, so this is just like one per room situation, whereas we each got a lanyard. And it's like a waterproof material, which is really nice, and it's absolutely massive. And this has already got bits in it that we're going to keep all of our cruise stuff in, like our fish extender and some outfits that we only wear on cruises. We're going to keep them all safe in here, so ready for when we book our next cruise, we know where everything is. And while we're talking about fish extenders, if you don't know what fish extenders are, I've done a whole video where I show you how I made our fish extender hanger, and I talk about them in a little bit of detail there, and also throughout the vlog series, so go back and catch up if you missed out on that. So we were part of a arranged like fish extender swap group. But we also received lots and lots of pixie dust. So to anyone who was on our cruise and pixie dusted, thank you so much. We really appreciated it. We weren't expecting anywhere near as much as we brought home. And you might think I'm exaggerating. This packing cube is full. it's full of our fish extender stuff, and not even that actually. Some of the bits we got given on our fish extender are already packed for future cruises. So yeah, it's not even all just in here. This is mostly just pixie dust stuff and some of our fish extender gifts. So a massive thank you, and anything that we think we might not use, because some of it is more aimed at children, because there's a lot of children on Disney cruises, we're going to save and then re-pixie dust on our future cruises. So that's all the free stuff out the way, which shows you can get lots of good stuff on the Disney cruise for free without spending any money. So don't think that you have to spend loads. She says that whilst knowing that she spent a lot of money. All the paid for items I'm going to show you are a mix of mine and Aaron's, so it isn't all just my money, and there are certain things that I know I wanted and I have saved for, and I even accounted for before we moved and bought the house. Like, I've been saving this money for quite a while, because there were specifics that I knew I wanted, and the first of which being the Spirit jersey I'm currently wearing. I will insert like better pictures of it, but it has the fantasy on the back. I have the dream one. They have updated the style, which probably means I'm gonna have to get another dream one. It's fine, because I like things to match. But it's comfy, it's cozy, it's a Spirit jersey. It has Dumbo on the back, it has fantasy on the back. Perfect for all the memories. And that Spirit jersey was $84.99. And if you watched the vlog where we went shopping, you'll know I wasn't planning on buying 2 Spirit jerseys. But I tripped and I fell, and I also have this one. So this one is sort of just like nautical coloured themes. It has the little cruise line logo here on the front, and then on the back it just says Disney Cruise Line, and I wanted a generic one because each time I go on the ship I don't have one to wear until I get the ship specific one, and knowing that we're probably going to be doing a few different ships, especially once we get to our honeymoon, and we might do some when we go on a Disney trip as well. It'd be nice just to have a generic one, so it just says Disney Cruise Line on the back. So that one was really fun, and this one was slightly cheaper at $79.99, and because we were on a sailing from the UK, we didn't have to pay any added tax or VAT. Some of the sailings out of Europe you do, so just make sure that you ask or are aware that that sometimes is the case, but sailings out of Southampton we didn't have to. We also couldn't come away from a holiday without a new little friend, so we picked up little Sailor Donald because we were looking at the plushies, and this one just looked so happy. Like, I look at him now and he makes me smile so much. So we picked up this little plushie Donald, and I think all of the plushies were pretty much the same price. So yeah, all the plushies are pretty much the same price, I think, across the ship. So Donald was $24.99. Something else that was also $24.99, which, to be fair, I probably should have checked before I went to the checkout because it just had like a colour on the back and I couldn't see anywhere that it said, was this little monkey towel animal ornament. It says ornament. I'm planning to turn it into a bag charm because it's actually really soft. It's like a small plushie, but that was $24.99, and the big plush was only $26.99 of the elephant. Would I have bought it if I maybe knew how much it was? Maybe not, although it's a similar price for Jellycat keyring, so... But I got him. That's the story of that. I bought him, he's now mine. It's done, I can't change it. And whilst we're on the ornament theme, we also came home with the Europe-specific ear hat ornament. Now, we weren't planning on buying this, but all of the Europe merch was reduced to 40% off on our sailing, because of one of the last sailings before it goes into dry dock. I think there's only 1 or 2 more. And this was reduced down to, I want to say $9.99. 1 second. No, this was down to $16.19, which I think these are normally like $25. So that was an absolute steal. And our Christmas tree is blue themed, so the colours did go with our Christmas tree, so we bought that one too. Something else that we bought in the shop, which I don't think I showed you because it was wrapped up, is the knife from Animator's palette, which they weren't actually using an Animator's palette, but we already have one of these, which Gemma very kindly picked up for me last year because we missed out on our sailing. And we then have purchased another one just so we can have one each, and when people come around we can like offer them butter with this. I know it's silly, it's something that I enjoy doing. And I believe this was $12.99. Whilst we're on the topic of sort of drinkware things, Aaron did have the refillable beer mug, which he has brought home. I can't remember the price of this off the top of my head, and I know it's recently changed, so I don't want to give you false information, but he also got this as a birthday gift, so we didn't personally pay for it on this cruise, but you basically get a larger refill of beer, so you pay the same price, like, but say rather than 3/4 of a pint, you get a pint. It's not quite that amount, but just for illustrative purposes, that's how I'm going to describe it to you. But this is really weighty. This is a really good quality glass. So he's very, very excited to have this. And we also bought the Sail Away cocktails again. Definitely not what they're called. It is what I'm calling them. So we've got 2 more of these cups, which also mean when people come round for summer in the garden, we can all have a little cup like this, which is really fun. Now, with the cocktails in them for both of these and the 18% gratuity, it was like $41, $42, including the drink. So I don't think that's too bad. And I do believe that you can also get like the cocktail of the day put in these, and like you get a little more or something. Don't hold me to it because I didn't try it, but I have heard that you can use these for that purpose as well. So something else that I bought in the shop was the like build your own plushie ears. I didn't get these in Disney World and I've sort of been regretting it. So the headband is $9.99 and then each of the ear plushies are $11.99. So I went for Donald, Chip, Dale and Daisy. I'm not planning to wear all 4 at once. And you'll have seen me wearing Chip and Dale, I believe, at some points in the vlog. But I picked up Donald and Daisy literally on the last evening. So yeah, this is fun. I enjoy it. It's customizable. I can use them for other things rather than just the ear headband as well. And they had a pretty good range. The only thing was they didn't have Minnie, which I was a little bummed about because I was planning to get Mickey, Minnie, Donald and Daisy. So instead I went for Chip and Dale, Donald and Daisy, and I can get Mickey and Minnie another time, hopefully. And Aaron didn't buy himself a Spirit jersey this time. He's picked up a few on Vinted recently. So he's got some more cruise line specific ones that I didn't have. And he wasn't a fan of the fantasy one this time. Fair enough. But he did buy this quarter zip, which I really like. It's very him. And it does also have the cruise line logo here. This is something that he can just wear probably more often than he'd personally wear a Spirit jersey. And it's just plain navy on the back, and that was $59.99, so about $20 cheaper than a Spirit jersey as well. So yeah, he saved himself some money there. And I'm not going to unfold this, but on the final day he also bought himself this lightweight rain jacket, also with the cruise line logo, and that was $79.99. So this was the price of a Spirit jersey, but it's a rain jacket. He has a thicker one, but for his walk to work he's getting quite hot in it at the moment. So he's got this new lightweight one that he can wear and take a bit of the cruise magic with him where he goes. We also picked up the Europe pin. Now this had been on the Disney store before the sailing, similar to my quarter zip that I wore in our first vlog. But this was also in the 40% off. So instead of being $19.99, this was just over $11. Yes, this was $11.99 rather than $19.99. So if we'd have bought this before, we would have paid full price. So we saved a little money on that as well. And if you watched our Disney vlogs, you'll know that Aaron absolutely fell in love with like Disney pins and collecting them. So he picked up some different Star Wars blind boxes and they were $22.99 each. Yeah, they were $22.99 each. I'm not sure if this is the order that he got the pins in. I'm just going to show you them. So he got Han Solo, which I believe he has twice. He got Luke Skywalker. Oh yeah, there's Han Solo again. Chewbacca. Stormtrooper. And Emperor Palpatine. Ooh. And he also got this other box, but they were sold out of those, so that's why he has more of the other style. But we got a chopper and a little R7A7 unit. So these are really fun. These are cute. I sort of wish there were more because I think I prefer these to the others, but it's okay. So yeah, that was everything that we picked up on the cruise ship. So we did spend a little bit of money, but they were things that we knew we wanted and we were planning on buying a lot of it before we went. So we sort of had already planned the expenses. So I've just adjusted the camera slightly, so hopefully you can see me a little better. The lighting's going a bit weird. It's that time of year now, unfortunately. But I'm just going to show you the couple of bits that we picked up off the ship at the ports. So we picked up this big bar of chocolate. We chose a dime flavour, and this was around 53 krona. We also popped into Starbucks in Stavanger and picked up the Norway mug. And I think this is absolutely beautiful. And I know it's snowy, but it was so cold, it might as well have been snowing. And this will just be nice to always remember our trip and to give it to people when they come round with a hot drink in, and we can tell them about our Norway cruise. And that was 279 krona, which sounds like a lot, but it's like around 20 to 25 pound. And then in each port we picked up a magnet. Now across the board the magnets were all the same price. They were 69 krona. So we have this one from Olden, this one from Alisund, and this one from Stavanger. So we pick up magnets from like all of our trips, and we have them all in our fridge. So we've got one from each port, which I thought was more fun than maybe just a Norway magnet. And in Olden we also picked up this Christmas tree decoration, which was 79 krona, so just a little bit more expensive than a magnet, which wasn't too bad. And again, blue to match our Christmas tree theme. So that's it. That is absolutely everything that we brought home from our 7-night Norwegian Fjords cruise. So I hope you enjoyed the trip. Thanks for sticking around. I feel like this haul has made today's vlog extremely long. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already, and comment down below if you've done the Norway cruise, or if maybe these vlogs have made you want to do one, or if you already have one planned. So yeah, I would love to hear if you have a Disney cruise booked, if you're planning on booking one, if you've been watching my vlogs for research, or maybe you were on our cruise and are reliving your memories. See you later. Bye.